Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today I show the gameplay by Pavel and Eldiar, and this beautiful game complete in only 19 moves. And let's see how the game play. The game starts with the pawn to e4, e6, and after this move, the white play d4, trying to gain control of the center of the board. And here the black play d5. After this, the knight to d2, trying to protect the pawn if being captured, and c5 was played a very strong attack. So after this, the white move another knight, knight g to f3 to develop the knight, and here the black continue to develop knight to c6. After this, the e takes d5 pawn, and the e takes back the d5 pawn, and this is the first 10 move, and you can see that the white is slightly better in this position. And then the game continue with the white move bishop to b5 and pin the knight, and after this the bishop just move to d6. Then the white go for a short castling, and now the black develop another knight, knight g to e7 to protect the knight if being captured by the bishop. So after this, the pawn just capture the c5 pawn, and the bishop capture back, and now the white move the knight to b3, trying to attack the bishop. So the bishop just back to d6 and trying to maintain the idea of attacking the h2 pawn. After this, the knight f to d4, trying to attack the knight that is in, and you win a piece because there's a 2 pieces attack the knight, while the black only have 1 pieces or 2 pieces to protect. So after the exchange, you bring another knight into the board. After this, the king just go for a short castling to prevent the white continues pin the king. And this is the first 10 move, and the position now is equal. Then the white play h3, trying to prevent the bishop to go to g4 and attack the queen. And here the black reply by playing queen c7. Then c3 was played, and here a6, trying to attack the bishop, and now the white must prevent the knight takes the d4 knight, and the position is equal. So after this move, bishop d3 was played, and here the knight just goes to e5, continue move forward to attack. Then bishop to c2 was played, and now the knight 7 go to c6 and keep on the development of the knight. Then the knight do not want to go exchange, and instead move the knight to f5, trying to have the idea to capture the pawn. Also, you can bring the queen to here, a simple checkmate. But before this, you need to remove the knight at e5. Another suggestion that the white can play will be f4, and this will attack the knight and open up the f file. So if the knight takes the knight, then the queen will take the knight and keep on the pressure to attack the knight, and this knight have to move back to d7. So in the actual game, after knight f5, the bishop just capture the knight, removing the guard, and here the bishop just capture it back. Then now the black continue to move rook a to d8, and here you have a very distant pin towards the queen. So with this pin, you notice this pawn is given free by the black, and this is one of the position sacrifice that the black give the pawn away. After giving up the pawn, you can see that it's being negative 1.85, and the black is clearly better at this position. So the continuation after this will be best play to play with a knight to e7 and attack both of the pieces. For example, if you move knight to e7, and if the queen tries to protect, then a g6 will try to attack the bishop. And now if you move the bishop to g4, then f5 will win one of the piece, and this will be a fork, and it's a very strong asset, and the black will be winning. So at this move, again, now the bishop is trapped, and there's nothing much the white can do. If you capture the pawn, then the pawn will just capture, and you can see the black is clearly better with winning pieces with the move knight e3. However, in the actual game, knight d3 was played, and this is one of the tactical blunder from the black. So in order to play this correctly, the white can just use the bishop to capture the pawn and check the king. So after check the king, and if you use the king to take, then the queen will just capture the knight and check the king, and after this exchange, the white will win a pawn ahead. So king to g8, you just move your queen to f5. So at this position, you can see the white is winning 2 pawns in the exchange, and the white is clearly better. Another suggestion, if you play queen takes the knight, then this will be a tactical blunder, because the bishop will go to h2 and check the king. And here this allows the rook to capture the queen. So if the king just moves to h1, then the rook will capture the queen, and after bishop capture, you can see that the white queen is lost. And back to this position, if you make the queen to f3, then the knight will continue to knight c to e5 and keep on attack the queen and protect the knight. And here you got a very strong move and activity for the black to play. However, in the actual game, after this move, the white play queen to e4, and this is one of the tactical blunder that the white play, and with this the black mate in 5. I give a couple of seconds to figure out the continuation of black to play and mate in 5. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the moves, and the black is made in 5. So the first move will be the bishop to h2 and check the king. So after check the king, and the king move to h1, and thinking that this position is still safe. However, after the knight take the pawn, and this is a knight sacrifice, and attack the king, and also able to capture the queen. So after knight take the pawn at f2 and check, and also attack the queen, the white resign the game. And if you want to continue the game, you can see that the king has no place to move except only to capture the knight. And if you capture the knight with rook takes f2, then you have a rook to d1, and this is a back rank checkmate. So rook to d1 check, and again you have nothing to, the king can move, and the other way is to block. So if you want to delay the checkmate, you can just block with the queen e1, then the rook will just capture it, and then again the rook still check the king, and this is a back rank checkmate. And now you can just block with the rook to f1, then the rook will just capture the rook takes f1, and it will be a checkmate. And with this, thank you.